Round of applause to Congressman Thanedar. So we just witnessed a poignant and personal journey through Congressman Thanedar's short film Dear Pra. This film not only revealed the heart-wrenching story of his family's struggle, but also has sparked a vital conversation on the mental health, especially within the South Asian and minorities communities. Let's explore the profound impact of Dear Pra and discuss Congressman Thanedar's groundbreaking bill aimed at revolutionizing access to institutional mental health care. I'm now going to invite Congressman Thanedar on the stage for a brief Q&A. What inspired you to learn such a personal and shameful experience into this film?
Again, thank you so much for bringing this film, allowing this film to be screened at your prestigious film festival that you're all running for the last 7 years. This was so personal, it was very traumatic when it happened, and it's still something that our family is dealing with, my children are struggling with. And the question really was that something that's so personal, something so close, should we talk about it? And is there a reason for us to tell the story? And I first wrote about it in a book in 2004, and I got a lot of calls from people about knowing about it and how that helped them address some of the issues in their own families. 1 in 5 families have mental health related issues. And a lot of times, the stigma that's associated with it, the shame often, especially in the South Asian communities, it felt that telling my story was helpful. If it helps somebody else, the experience and the trauma that we went through, then it would be worth doing that, and that's why we did the film.
So, the film depicted the family's struggle after the loss. How did you explain this difficult situation to your little kids?
Well, children, my boys were 4 and 8 years old then. And, young kids, they deal with such trauma in a much different way than us adults do. They aren't able to cope up with all of that at one time. And I dealt with it. I got therapy myself. The children got their therapy at times. But it really needed to just pay attention to them, watch them, and sometimes they will have really, really deep questions, and I needed to be there for them when they have the questions, when they have self-doubt, when they have the guilt feeling. But it all doesn't come all at once like it did to me. For them it was, one thing at a time, and then, but the key thing there was to be there with them and support them.
So the bill aims to improve access to the mental health care. Can you elaborate a little bit on it?
Yeah, well, I'm a freshman congressman. This is my first term in the US Congress. And I have taken up mental illness, addressing mental illness in the US Congress. I've introduced about 35 different bills, sponsored, co-sponsored, 4 different resolutions. But the focus of a lot of my work in the Congress is to treat mental illness on par with physical illness. Often mental health gets neglected, doesn't get the same level of funding, same level of access to care as physical illness does. And on many of these bills, the main focus is to have the funding available. Our children in school need counseling, need appointment. Right now, it takes several weeks, 6, 8 weeks before a child can get an appointment with a counselor. Many schools don't have psychological counseling. So access to counseling, access to treatment, whether it is veterans, whether it is adults or children. And a lot of, as you can see, the massive gun violence in our country, a lot of that has an origin to mental illness. A lot of the school to prison pipeline of crime, that has its basis in mental illness. So addressing this mental health epidemic, which has even become even much more pronounced since COVID, needs to be done. This is a mental health epidemic that we are facing, and we as a country must address this issue, and that's what my focus of my work is in United States Congress.
Amazing, amazing. A big round of applause to Mr. Thanedar. Now my last question. For those affected by mental illness or watching this film, what advice would you offer? And how as communities can we better support each other in the time of crisis?
Well, it is not very easy to see if you have a family member that has an issue. It's not always very obvious. The victim doesn't always open up, talk about it. The person needs an environment where that person could open up. Need the support. Obviously, if we have the 988 suicide prevention hotline, but the help needs to be, and there needs to be empathy. There needs to be understanding. There needs to be a support. And often people are dealing with a lot of different issues, and they need to be recognized. And when issues come up, we need to have access to good quality care, medical care, psychiatric care, and so those are some of the things that need to happen.
Thank you so much, Congressman.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. I just want to say a last thing is that when I lost my first wife in raising my children, who were 4 and 8 years then. A few years later, I met a wonderful woman who came to our broken family.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude, let's recognize Congressman Thanedar's courage in sharing his story through Dear Pra and his commitment to improving mental health care. And as he said, again, a heartfelt round of applause to the lady who brought hope and joy back into their lives, becoming a guiding light for his sons. This is Thanedar. Thank you, Congressman Thanedar, for your bravery and leadership. Your family's journey is a testament to the resilience and the hope, and your collective strength is an inspiration to all of us. Thank you.